Welcome back. You ready to continue the journey through Galatians? There's been some powerful truths over the last few weeks that can change our lives if we'll spend time in thinking our way through them. Many years ago, I came across the idea that our actions are built upon our beliefs. And that idea has influenced my life profoundly. Many times people will blame what they're doing upon others, upon circumstances, upon things beyond their control. And yet, even when we can focus attention on somebody else, the truth is that we believe certain things to be true and our actions follow them. Others and circumstances may influence those beliefs, may even shape those beliefs, but it is what we believe to be true that ultimately causes us to act. During the Second World War, there was a situation where the Allies were intending to invade Italy. They wanted to confuse the enemy forces, and so they released a corpse onto the beach, and on the corpse they had documents that indicated their invasion would take place elsewhere. The Germans were so convinced that those documents were real that they developed a strategy for response to that threat built around those documents. And of course it was a ruse. They were deceived, and the ultimate invasion of Italy took place much more effectively than it would have done had the Germans been in the positions that they held prior to that misinformation being released. And it's a very clear evidence of this idea that our actions are influenced or directed by our beliefs. In the 3rd chapter of Galatians, Paul is continuing this message about the powerlessness of the law to actually save us. And he talks about the law not being able to save anyone, and reminds them that prior to the law ever being given, Abraham was considered righteous because of his belief in God, and that everyone who believes in God is of the same relationship to God as Abraham. And once again he reinforces his favorite theme that we are saved by faith. You know, one way to get our minds around faith is the thing that we invest the very center of our identity, the core of our being in. And so we can have faith in any number of things. And those things, if they aren't real, if they aren't true, will direct our sense of who we are and our subsequent actions in ways that do not or are not adequate for dealing with the ultimate issues of life. And so Paul says that to believe in the law, to rest our confidence in the law, is to misplace our faith. The law was given to help us understand who God is, and in the law are the ideas of love and justice and mercy and peace as a reflection of the character of God. But the law in and of itself is inadequate to produce in us those very characteristics that define God. Only confidence in God and how He defines us and what He says about us are sufficient to transform our lives and give us ultimate salvation. At the very end of the 3rd chapter of Galatians, Paul says, "You are all sons of God through faith in Jesus Christ." What a fabulous idea for us to conclude upon this week.